Hi again, everyone. We're going to now make the chamfer block. If you remember from the fillet block lesson, we created an L-shaped block here, and we saved it both as a fillet block and as a chamfer block. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on my chamfer block that I saved. I already had Inverntor loaded, so that made this a lot quicker. You may just have to start Inverntor and then go into your files that you saved up here, and then maybe find your file. You can look in My Documents if that's where you saved it. Use your up one level to go to your desktop. If you saved it somewhere else, you can try and go up one level and then maybe go to your OneDrive if that's where you saved it. So anyway, the point is to find your file. You may have to go down to your Windows search down here with your magnifying glass, and if you saved it as chamfer block, you should be able to type that in and find it. Otherwise, go back and watch the fillet block video and recreate the part. So here's where we're starting with the chamfer block. I need to find the instructions. Let's do that now. This is the instructions for the fillet block. Let's see if I can find the instructions for the chamfer block. All right. I took an image. There's chamfer 2. Here's chamfer 1. So, edit the part created in the last exercise, which was the fillet block, to modify the edge treatments. The outside corners will be changed to chamfers, and the fillet radius will be changed on the inside corner. So open the file. So we've already got this. All I'm going to do now is just apply the different chamfer sizes. So when they say chamfer, what we're talking about is instead of rounding off the edges, we're going to make a flat cut. If you know anything about construction, they refer to this as a dog ear if you're talking about a wooden plank, but you also may refer to it as a bevel. So if you think about glass, fancy glass, or a diamond ring, the edges have been cut down to a face, and that's called beveling. Well, for our purposes, we're going to just call it chamfer. We want on the top outside edge, which is this one, we want to apply a 45-degree chamfer with a distance of 0.125. A 45-degree chamfer, 0.125. Now let's zoom in real quick and see. I know it's a little blurry, but you're going to have 3 different chamfer options. The one that we want is distance and angle. So we're going to have to make sure we find a distance and angle chamfer. So let's go back to Inverntor. The chamfer button is here. And if you hover over the button, it shows you how to do a chamfer. You can press F1 for more help. So we're going to click on the chamfer button. And here's my window with 3 different options. Option 1 just gives me a distance. It does not give me an angle. This is basically going to make it a 45-45. So you don't have an option to adjust the angle. Here, the second button, we have a distance and an angle, and that's the one we want. So we are going to make a chamfer using these 2 measurements. Notice how the blue highlight is on face. What this is prompting you to do is select a face, either this one or this one. Now let's go back to the instructions and see if we can figure out which one it wants us to do. Yeah, so this one has been selected. That's the face that we're selecting. So let's try that. Let's select this. And now select an edge. So face was blue. We selected a face. Edge is now blue. I'm going to select this edge. And there's my 0.125 and my 45 degrees. So if we zoom in here, you can see how it's cutting off this corner. And once I click OK, there it is. It has chamfered that corner. We're going to do the same thing down here, but I believe, if we look at the picture again. Oh, I'm going to have to go to picture 2. Here we go. We want different sizes. So we did here, and now we want to, I'm missing, see this goes A, B, and now I'm missing C. Well, these are my instructions for C. So I'm going to just zoom into that. This time we want to do distance 1 and distance 2. Boy, that's blurry. It looks like distance 1 is 0.25. Distance 2 is 0.125, I'm going to call it. Actually, let's see if we can open the original document and see if it's any better. You may be able to pull this up. Oh. It's cut off a little bit, but I might be able to see it. 2 different distances, 0.25 and 0.375. That's what we want. 0.375. Okay. So 0.25 and 0.375. Those are going to be the dimensions I'm going to use. Chamfer. Change to 2 distances, distance 1 and distance 2. The first distance is 0.250. The second distance is 0.375. And then now I choose an edge. Here's the edge. Now, is that the way I want it? So notice what we have here. We have a long side. From here to here is the long side. From here to here is the short side. So if we look at it from the side view, we see this is shorter than this. So this is 0.25, the vertical. Whoops, I think I messed up. Yeah. So this is 0.25 is vertical, and then 0.375 is horizontal. That's what I want, I believe. I'll go back and look at the picture. Pretty sure. Yep, that's what I want. All right, so we click OK. And the final piece is to fillet this back part. Instead of putting in a chamfer, we're going to put in a fillet. Let's close that. So go back to the image. We want to do a fillet with a radius of 0.125. Fillet with a radius of 0.125. So fillet, 0.125 radius, and select that edge. Click OK. And this is the chamfer block. And if you get it swirled around and you get it mixed up and it's all wrong and it's hard to fix, if you hover over here on the far right, you see a little house that shows up. Click on the house and it takes you back to your original view. Okay, that's the chamfer block. So let's make sure we've got it saved properly. Save as, chamfer block. Do I want to replace it? Yes. And that is the chamfer block.